Hi everyone, happy Inktober. Welcome back to my channel. Today this video is Inktober day 6 to day 12, full week for this once. Last week was about like half a week, kind of, a little bit. But yeah, it's a full week of Inktober. Yay! This week of Inktober went pretty well. I had a couple mishaps because some days I wasn't feeling too good, so I had to push them back a little bit, but I did get them done, which is nice. But it's been pretty good this week, and today is a little bit more gloomier and colder, which is nice because now it's starting to feel like fall for once, compared to the like 80-degree weather, almost 90 some days. Now this video is going to be a little bit shorter because I don't have too much to say and I just have like the art to show off. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it and let's get into the prompts. Day 6. Day 6 was skeleton, and this is how it came out. I thought of so I saw a couple ideas of where they'll have the outline of like an animal or a person and then they'll have a skeleton. That's what I did. And I feel like I should have made it a little bit smaller so there's like not so much white space. And that's what I did moving forward, like making my prompts and artwork a little bit more smaller so I have like more less room to work with so I don't have so much white space. I enjoyed doing this one. It went pretty well. I'm not a big fan of the outcome of it. Like, it's cute, but I also feel like I could have done more. And I wish I had more like the glitter. I did a couple glitter pens trying to test something out. It's cute, but I just wish I didn't do that and maybe I did something else. But overall, not so bad. It went okay. Okay, on to day 7. Day 7 was pretty easy. My prompt was ship, and the first thing I thought was the movie Castaway and Wilson, and I kind of thought of like a shipwreck, and I mean that's what I did. Overall, it went pretty good. I do like the outcome of this one, and I also, for this one, I made it a little bit more smaller to work with, and plus I don't think I really was feeling it that day. Like, I don't want to do this, and I was like, well, why don't I just make it smaller and easier on myself. I enjoyed this prompt. It also helped me prepare for the next days, to prepare for smaller and realizing, okay, maybe I should just do smaller so it makes it easier on myself. And then also, I think this was the first day I used a ballpoint pen, or just a regular one, so I got a couple different shades in there. Full focus. So for the next days I know what to do, and I think for the next couple days I did most of them in ballpoint pens, which made it a little bit easier on myself. It went pretty well, and especially making it smaller and more easy to work with, less space to mark and draw on, made it a little bit more easier. And in the past I've used the size of my hand sketchbooks, so I'm very used to working small details and stuff like that. Now day 8. For day 8 my prompt was lab, and I thought of a couple shells with some different test tubes, and to be a little spooky I did a jar of eyes. I do like the outcome of day 8. It went pretty well. However, I didn't do it exactly on day 8. I think I did day 8 on day 10 because that was one of the days that I didn't feel good, and I ended up sleeping most of the day because I just felt like trash and did not want to do anything. And I mean, I did get it done. I just wasn't on the day that I said I would do it. And I mean, Inktober is mostly just to get the gears, the juices of creativity going. So I'm not gonna stress over it. But yeah, that's day 8. It went pretty well. Anyways, now on to day 9. So day 9, my prompt was murky, and it went pretty well. I tried some different shading with the ballpoint pen to try to get new materials into my cycle of Inktober. And for my idea, I wanted to have some sort of creature coming up and be murky water. That's what I thought of. And I thought of kind of like a lagoon. So that's what I tried to do. I kind of did it, kind of didn't. I had a little bit of hard time even blending the ballpoint pen to get it to a certain shade. But overall, it went pretty good. I'm happy about it. Okay, moving on to day 10. Day 10 went pretty well too. However, it's a little bit smaller because I had to do 3 prompts in one day. Here it is. My prompt was fish, and I thought about doing an oarfish, And overall, I like the outcome. I try to make it more like blocky for the style. I like the outcome of it. I just wish I wouldn't have done so much detail because the body kind of gets lost in that detail and it doesn't stand out as much. Overall, I enjoyed day 10, and now moving on to day 11. Okay, on to day 11, my prompt was eyes, and I thought about an egg with the yolk being an eyeball. I liked this prompt. It was pretty fun, and I also got to do for the background. I tried different like shading with the ballpoint pen and getting it to the darker tones. However, like this was the darkest I can go with that green, and I kind of already had it here, so I chose a black point ball pen to make that darker shade. But yeah, day 10 was pretty easy and I did enjoy it. It was fun to work with and also to like have a funky background. But yeah, overall I enjoyed day 11, and now on to day 12. Last for this week, but definitely not least in all of Inktober, is day 12. And day 12, my prompt was dunes. I do like the outcome. I wish I would have done like the eye differently. I don't really like how it sags so much, and it was already too late. I had inked it and can't change it now. Day 12 was pretty easy. I did like it, and I gotta work with some more colors because like the other days I didn't really work with too much color, and then I think day 11 I did, which was pretty fun, and day 12 I got to too. I just wish like the yellow between the dunes, you can't see where one of the dunes stops and one of them starts a little bit right here. I wish I would have changed that, but it's a little late. I still do like the overall outcome. It's a pretty cool idea. But yeah, I just wish I could have changed a couple things, but that's how it goes. Okay, and that was day 12. That concludes this entire week, and that's so crazy to me because last week I only had a couple, and now like it feels like it's so many, but it doesn't feel like it's a ton. Overall, this week went pretty well. I did have a couple mishaps, which didn't get me down. Luckily, that didn't get me down. Usually in the past that I would have just not done them and I would have just moved on, but I'm glad I went back and I still did them. One thing I do like about this week was I tried something new with some of the borders, because usually I just let them blank. I think that's what I'm gonna do like moving forward, just so it's like it's a little bit more pizzazz. So I think next week I'm gonna do that too. Like these colorful borders, I thought that was pretty fun. I think I did on a couple more. But yeah, I liked that part about this week was I did something new and fun and colored in some of the borders. You know, add a little pizzazz to it. And that's all I have time for today. I do hope to get an intro out soon so I can put it in the beginning of my videos. But that will just like, I think it's going to be pushed back because I do have to animate it and create it. But hopefully it will come soon. And that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day and happy Inktober. Bye!